America, August 1774. The legislature of Virginia happened to be in session in Williamsburg when news was received of the passage by the British Parliament of the Boston Port Bill, which was to take effect on the first day of June then ensuing. The House of Burgesses thereupon passed a resolution recommending to their fellow citizens that that day should be set apart for fasting and prayer to the Supreme Being, imploring him to avert the calamities then threatening us, and to give us one heart and one mind to oppose every invasion of our liberties. The next day, May 20th, 1774, the governor dissolved us. We immediately repaired to a room in the Raleigh Tavern, about 100 paces distant from the Capitol, formed ourselves into a meeting, Peyton Randolph in the chair, and came to resolutions declaring that an attack on one colony to enforce arbitrary acts ought to be considered an attack on all, and to be opposed by the united wisdom of all. We therefore appointed a committee of correspondence to address letters to the speakers of the several houses of representatives of the colonies, proposing the appointment of deputies from each, to meet annually in a general congress, to deliberate on their common interests, and on the measures to be pursued in common. The members then separated to their several homes except those of the committee, who met the next day, prepared letters according to instructions, and dispatched them by messengers express to the several destinations. It had been agreed also by the meeting that the burgesses, who should be elected under the writs then issuing, should be requested to meet in convention on a certain day in August, to learn the results of these letters, and to appoint delegates to a congress, should that measure be approved by the other colonies. At the election, the people re-elected every man of the former assembly as a proof of their approbation of what they had done. Before I left home to attend the convention, I prepared what I thought might be given in instruction to the delegates who should be appointed to attend the General Congress proposed. They were drawn in haste with a number of blanks, with some uncertainties and inaccuracies of historical facts. When I neglected at the moment, knowing they could be readily corrected at the meeting, I set out on my journey, but was taken sick on the road and was unable to proceed. I therefore sent on by express 2 copies, one under cover to Patrick Henry, the other to Peyton Randolph, who I knew would be in the chair of the convention. Of the former no more was ever heard or known. Mr. Henry probably thought it too bold as a first measure, as the majority of the members did, and the other copy being laid on the table of the convention by Peyton Randolph, as the proposition of a member, who was prevented from attendance by sickness on the road. Tamer sentiments were preferred, and I believe wisely preferred, the leap I proposed being too long as yet for the mass of our citizens.